pursuing? Do you want money and fame or a piece of the game now? Or are you ready to see and go beyond your beliefs? This is a time of hurt and a time of war, but nobody knows what it's all for. Can't you see money is blind? You're God in a disguise now. You must surrender to life and not my shiver. So come home mothers, come home fathers, and come home sisters, come home brothers. And that's to come the whole world, see what you learn now. Cause all I wanna say is namaste to you. So let this light shine down upon you all. Cause I know now where I'm going, and I take you all I know. And I'm smiling in my eyes, and I see praises in my soul. From the rivers and your mountains, we are one and one whole. Yes, I know, no, 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 no. Yes, we are who we are. Yes, we are who we are. Yeah. Yes, we are who we are. Yes, we are. And we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are one, Namaya, Namaya, Namaya. We are one, Namaya, Namaya, Namaya. We know Jana, don't you know? Don't you know?
Aim kill the music.
I had a thought that I'm not meditating to a full house. And then I thought about it and I said, oh yeah, God is everywhere. The house is full. Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont's Sunday meditation. Go ahead and play the meditation one. It should be queued up. Let's all take a nice deep breath in. And release it, of course. And on the next breath, take all those things that brought you here, kind of bundle them up and just let them go. Let's focus on our breathing for about a minute. And then every in-breath, notice a muscle that you have tensed, or a thought that keeps coming. Bundle it up and release on the out breath. Once you've released all those things that you're holding on to, then you can find your center. If you want to know what the center looks like, feels like, it's kind of like the center of a hurricane. All of life is swirling around and moving, and stuff is happening. But in the very center, it's peaceful. It's calm. The sun is usually shining. There's nothing going on. It's a space that we all have to just Get back in touch with truth. God is indeed everywhere, in everyone and everything. It is in that space, however, that we can be aware of it easiestly. When you get to that center, feel that peace, the peace of no expectations. There's no need beyond just existing. You have nowhere to go, nothing to do, but just be. And feel that permeate every pore, every inch of your body. Outward from the center, physical center, and out to your fingertips and your toes. It is serene. It is peace filling your body. Physically, it comes on as a feeling of relaxation. Mentally, it's like a sigh of relief. Spiritually, it's like a reconnection, or a becoming aware of the connection. As that feeling of peace becomes more and more apparent throughout your body, feel it spread outward from you in waves. Babies do this naturally. If you've ever seen a baby fall asleep, they spread outward. That peace spreads outward from them. Makes you tired. Makes you serene. We all have this ability in us. We can do it when there's noise and things going on, when you hear sounds. We can even do it in a crowded room. We can do it when there's stuff going on. All we need is to be aware, to center, and to make the most of it. Feel it spread throughout our body and outward from us. It is in this centered state that we know and trust that God is, I am. is in this centered state that we know that God is I am and you are. Feel that peace emanate outward from your center to the extremities of your body and the top of your head, your toes, your fingers, spread outward from your body. God is, I am, you are, we are. Take a deep breath in, and as you release, picture that peace spreading outward from your breath out into the world. Feel the peaceful centeredness spread throughout the world around you and outside of the walls and down the street and all around the world. God is, I am, you are, we are, all is. God is peace, I am peace, you are peace, we are peace, all is peace. As you feel this peace spread outward from yourself to the people around you, to the world around you, become aware of balance, because God is balance. That balance is harmony, because God is harmony. Harmony is the peace within and the peace without in perfect balance. Harmony is the space where knowing and trusting can happen within you. It is underneath, underlying, through the entire world. It is a network that is always there, no matter how chaotic life seems. Breathe in the peace, the harmony. Breathe out the peace, the harmony. Feel it flow through your veins, your arteries. Move in the air that you breathe, the sounds that you hear. The very space between the things, the atoms. It is everywhere. God is, I am, you are, all is God. Thank you for joining me in this meditation. Our service will begin at 10 a.m.
filled with bliss. I will sing a song of joyful love and merge into your kiss. And I will stumble into beauty, recognizing that it's me. I will open up my heart and surrender unto thee.
Sound checking the sound.
I will dive into each moment because I'll die as I was born. I will walk at peace, at ease and grace, and flow with the unknown. I will find the gift in everything, perfection in every way. I will bow at the altar of this and every day. I can't promise not to feel some fear or to always understand, but I'll be the change I wish to see. I will hold every hand, and I am tangled up in beauty. I see clearly that it's me. I have opened up my heart and surrendered unto thee. I
house of heart. It's return, let it burn, let him know we are. An ancient tribe of the sky, the redeemer of men. Sound the song, evil gone, there's no need to defend. Yeah. Way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain. Disappear in the clear of the elephant's room. Melodies from the sea, they come forward and bloom. In the end, all my friends, I return them in love. Yeah, in love. Me and you cook the food as we ascend above. Way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I would like to play for you our Song of the Month.
Good morning, Mile High. It's so great to be with you. I'm looking forward to the next few weeks with you. Thought we'd start out with a little call and response. I'll sing a line, you sing a line the first time through, and then we'll just do it all together as we go, okay? It goes like this. We have come here to love one another. You sing. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love show. Sing it. We have come here to let our love show. We are family. We're sisters and brothers. Sing it. We are family. We're sisters and brothers. And we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love in. Back to the top, here we go. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love show. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. Sing that line again. We carry this love. One more time. We carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go. Back to the top. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love show. We are family. We're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. We carry this love. We carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that
new song this morning. We're going to fix the audio on that so that it'll be easier for you all to hear. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in beautiful Beaumont, where it's cooler today. It was nice over the weekend. So it's really wonderful to have all of you who are online this morning. It's wonderful to have you with us. And all of us here in the sanctuary, we're very honored that you're all here in the sanctuary with us today. If you're here with us for the very first time, remember that you can pick up a blue welcome packet that's on the back table there, and it has all the information about our church. And now let's read our CSL vision statement together with enthusiasm. CSLB is an inclusive and transformative community of spiritual practice. And that statement is extended. CSLB is a place of peace where all are welcomed and respected and appreciated. We're a loving community where lives are transformed through the teaching of the science of mind principles, using tools for everyday practice, supporting us to be the very best, authentic versions of ourselves. We are inclusive, seeing all people as the face of God, regardless of ethnicity, gender, or age, creating a world that works for everyone. That's the whole statement. Pretty nice, huh? Yeah. That's ours. Our very own. And later on in the service, we're going to do the call and response that you see that's stapled to your program. And that is the big CSL, global vision. All right, and now our practitioner.
No candle?
No candle today.
Good morning. I am Adrian, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. Please take a moment to make sure your cell phone is silenced. We like it when God calls, but just make sure it's on vibrate. The other practitioners, I will be available after service for a brief moment of prayer on this side of the sanctuary. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. We would love to pray with you, and we absolutely know that prayer works. Now please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
God is love, moving within you. God is peace, living in me. God is here, breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. God is love. When life has a question, our heart knows the answer. For every closed door, we hold the key. Open your soul, there is a river flowing forever, abundant and free. God is love, moving within you. God is peace, living in me. God is here, breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. God is love.
tries to blind you and dark clouds surround you, love has a voice that calms every storm. Open your arms, love those around you. Here in this moment, your healing is born. God is love, moving within you. God is peace, living in me. God is here. Breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace, feel the touch. God is love, God is love, God is love, God is love. God is love, moving within you. God is peace, living in me. God is here. Breathe in the glory, hear the hope, see the grace. Hear the
God is. God is here. God is in each and every one of these people here. God is in you. God is in me. God is in each person all around the world. I am here. I am an expression of God. Each and every person is an expression of God. I know this for myself. I know this for each and every person here and online. I am knowing and trusting that God's expression through the words of the sermon today, through the music, will spread to each and every mind here and now and heart, and spread outward into the world, spreading this wonderful message of love, knowing and trusting that it will touch the world, the people in the world, and make that world a better place for each and every person. I am knowing and trusting all of this and more, and I'm so grateful for these truths. I am so grateful that these things are so apparent in each and every person here and the person that they meet. I'm knowing and trusting all of this is true, and I release my word into the perfect action and order of the law, knowing it to already be true, whole, and complete. Knowing that God has got this. I let go and I let God, and so it is.
As our announcer person comes forward this morning, I just want to say that we are delighted that Emmy is here this morning, because on the first Sunday of every month, we honor the Volunteer of the Month. Many of you know that what this person has done for our center, but we want to honor her for her continuous contributions. And when our beloved practitioner, Corliss, made her transition, she continued the Science of Mind discussion group in her home, and it continues now, and it's growing. She has led the event team and is now asking for input with the event planning survey that's right over there, so that the events that we plan have meaning for each of us. She has served on the Board of Trustees several times, and she has been our kitchen manager for years. And so please let's honor our Volunteer of the Month, Emmy Piddington. Now she can do announcements.
Morning when Jack said to me, "How come you parked over there? You're supposed to park in your spot." I didn't know I had a spot. Okay. So, good morning. Today, following our service, the practitioners will have their monthly meeting in the minister's office from 11:30 to 12:30. Come on in. This Thursday, September 7th, the Science of Mind discussion group will meet at my house to discuss the August issue. It begins at 9, well, not 9, anytime after 9:30 to 10, come ahead. Whoops, excuse me. And then the discussion group is from 10 to 12, and then from 12 to 1 or 1:30 or 2, whatever. We have a potluck, and it's always fun, so that'll be good. And we are discussing the month's Science of Mind magazine from last month. We always do the month before. And ideally, you have the magazine, but if you don't have the magazine, you're still welcome to come, because a lot of what we do is pass the magazine around and read out loud, okay? And then ask questions and talk about what was in the article. So please feel free to come. Next Sunday, after services from 11:30 to 12:30, everyone is welcome to attend a visioning process in the sanctuary to tap into our highest idea for our spiritual community. It's a guided meditation. No experience is necessary. Just come and enjoy and help us get a better idea where we want to head with our center. September is a very busy month, by the way. On Wednesday, September 13th, from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Zoom, the nearly Reverend Neil will begin a book study on Living the Infinite Way by Joel Goldsmith. This will be held on the second and fourth Wednesdays of each month. No homework, but you will want to have the book. So if you're interested, contact Neil. Is there a sign-up sheet for that one too?
No.
Okay, we'll have to get a sign-up sheet for that soon. So on your way to Carter Hall after services today, stop at the information center where Carrie was pointing. There's an event planning survey for CSL. Please take one home or fill it out. It doesn't take that long. Just give me an idea of what you can do, what you like to do, what you can offer, and what you need, okay? And while you're up there, sign up for the 2 classes that are coming up. There are sign-up sheets for those 2. We have coming up our new member luncheon on September 16th. So that, are people still signing up for that? If anyone is interested in becoming a new member, or getting information about what membership entails, come to the luncheon. And then, isn't it the next day on Sunday that we have the Sunday the potluck? We celebrate the new members.
Yes.
Okay, and so
Yes.
you come on Saturday, decide if that's what you want to do. If you want to, you tell Carrie, and then on Sunday we induct you into our secret society here. Okay, okay. So change your thinking, change your life begins Saturday, September 23rd from 10 a.m. to 12:30. Carrie is pointing to the thing there. Okay, you know we're having a tea. That's going to be on September 21st. The tickets are sold. It's going to be fantastic and beautiful here. Okay, so Saturday, September 16th, Lois, who's sitting in the back, asked me to announce that the Solera Community Yard Sale is taking place, and unfortunately, Lois's sister passed away, but Lois has the house, and she's liquidating all of the goods, and she will be selling lots of stuff that day, and she's hoping lots of people will come to your house. Yeah.
The address is 1753 Las Colinas.
You know what you can do prior,
That's my sister's house.
right, but I mean, for next week or something, make a little flyer, and you could hand it out. Okay. And then, yeah, and then upcoming, this is all September. In October, the first, actually it'll be the second Sunday in October. On October 8th, we're having our quarterly holiday boutique. And at this time, we're calling it a holiday boutique because it's the beginning of fall. So anything you have that you'd like us to sell for you to make money for the center that has to do with Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, bring it in that day or before.
What day?
October 8th. When do we want to start collecting, Yvonne?
Wednesday before.
The Wednesday before. Okay, the Wednesday before the 8th. We'll start. We'll make more announcements about that, but start looking through if you have anything for those 3 holidays that we can sell. We'll sell them for you. Oh, and the volunteer of the month is already here. Bye. Thank you. Oh, I know what. I need more of these things.
I could wear a rainbow in the month of June, put a quote on my car window about the good I wanna do. I could buy a poster praising everybody's worth, take a picture by a waterfall and prove I care about the earth, to show I know what love means. That's who I could be. What love needs is my voice speaking from my truth. What love needs is showing up, knowing what is mine to do. What love needs are hands and feet. What love needs is me. I could circle holy places to visit when I can, pin a ribbon on my overcoat, raise another flag. I could cheer the loudest for someone else's work, tell the youth to go forward and heal the world of hurt, to show I know how love moves. That's what I could do. What love needs is my voice speaking from my truth. What love needs is showing up, knowing what is mine to do. What love needs are hands and feet. What love needs is me. We'll never find a brighter light than the one shining as our lives. When one of us stands, we all rise. What love needs is my voice speaking from my truth. What love needs is showing up, knowing what is mine to do. What love needs are hands and feet. What love needs is, what love needs is, what love needs is me. What love needs is me. What love needs is me.
What love needs is me. Where are my talk notes? Here they are. What love needs is each one of us to be a part of that love that's expressed throughout the world. And as we do that, what we're doing is allowing ourselves to be expansive in our soul's calling. Last week we talked about what is our purpose, what pulls us forward. And often it's love that pulls us forward into what it is we're supposed to do. In Science of Mind, we teach that the word God is synonymous with love. So if God is everywhere, then love is everywhere, yes? Okay. Well, that sounds really good. And it's something that we teach, that love is everywhere. It's working all the time throughout the universe. And then we turn on the news. And the news will tell us differently that this horrible thing happened and that horrible thing happened and all those people died and this and this and this. And the thing about it is, what I know is that there is love that comes out of those disasters. There's love in the people of Hawaii after and during the fires. There's so much love being expressed to families who live together in one house. And there's so much love being expressed to all of the people who may have lost a loved one, who may have lost their home. And they're expressing it with things like food, transportation, whatever it is they need. That's love in action. Love in action. This month of September, the theme is Love Out Loud. This is a CSL theme, Love Out Loud. And this month we're going to be invited to lean into love, to be able to express it out loud by our actions, by our speech, by our thoughts. And even though we see these events in the world that are really distressing, what we can know is that somewhere beneath that, holding it up and bringing that up out of the darkness for healing is love. Love is there. We have all of the things going on. If you stop to think about all the stuff going on with people being arraigned, people being put in jail for murder, people doing things that are not the love that God intended. That's the gospel according to me. Because you see, the people who are doing the things that are getting them in trouble are people who have felt pain in the past, and they've not felt that wonderful love, or that love was misguided somehow. So it's important for us to remember that when we're watching the news or reading a paper or reading about some horrible thing that has happened, remember, love is there also. Boy, it's a challenge, isn't it? Yeah. Now, the thing about love is that if we all have heard that if we want others to love us, we need to love ourselves. That is so true. And what we can do is live as examples of love so that other people knows what that looks like and they can do the same thing. It's really important to remember that we are being an example. You know, when Jesus was on the planet, he was the great example, not necessarily the great exception. He was an example of how to be in the world and to really connect to his source. And that's what we can do. And you might think, oh, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I'm not that good. Well, erase that thought, because you are that good, or you would not be here. And I know that I'm speaking to the choir when I say that doing things lovingly for yourself is so important. And you are all doing that this morning by being here. So you're taking a step in the right direction, aren't you? Yeah. We like to encourage others, and we want to encourage others to love themselves. And in order for us to encourage other people to do that, we need to do it for ourselves. We need to love ourselves out loud. What if we were in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, brushing our teeth or whatever? What if we just said, I love you? It's the weirdest feeling to do that. But I am telling you right here today, it works. If you will tell yourself how much you love you. Now, the thing is that sometimes we make mistakes. Have you noticed? Anybody here? Yeah. We make mistakes and we do things that don't turn out quite like we want them to. And so what we need to remember is that the mistakes that we made in the past, they might be big, giant ones, they might be little ones, but those mistakes are a part of our soul's journey. Those things that we've done that weren't really quite right are the things that have brought us right to this point in our lives. And if we allow ourselves to think about how much love there is within us, you see, every cell of our being has a light in the center of it. And that light is love. That light is the infinite. And all of us have that. But if we've made a mistake in the past and just keep moving through life berating ourselves for the mistake we made, instead of loving ourselves for forgiving ourselves for the mistake that we made, then our life becomes hellish. That's where you put yourself in hell, when you don't allow yourself to love yourself even after the mistake you made. Don't you suppose that this wonderful infinite being that we call God is a being that would love everyone in spite of what they've done? Yeah? Don't you think? Of course. So I told a story a couple of months ago about the daughter that I gave birth to out of wedlock back in the 60s and gave her up for adoption. That was a mistake, a huge mistake that I made. And for a long time, I was really down on myself for making that mistake. Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. My dad's the mayor. This is not good. But what I received was love all around me. People were giving me love, including my dad and my mom. They both supported me in whatever decision I made about my daughter, as far as giving her up or keeping her. And once I went through that whole experience, and probably 2 years afterwards, I was still forgiving myself for getting into that situation. And that forgiveness helped me to heal so much that by the time my daughter was 17, I found her. And we still have a really wonderful relationship. And she looks like my sister. She's an amazing woman, and I'm so proud of her. And she of me. And she is still loyal, of course, to her adoptive parents who raised her. Love. Can you see the pattern of love flowing through all of that? It was all love coming forth. And it has turned out beautifully. Now, had I allowed myself, I could have beat myself up and put myself down in a ditch of thought, you might say, and not really been able to come out. I could have been plagued with lifelong heavy depression, anxiety, and blah, 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 had I allowed myself to do that. But you see, my parents were religious scientists. They knew that I needed to allow myself to forgive what had happened and to treat myself with kindness and compassion and love myself anyway. So I did. So I escaped going into the depths of hell that we create in our own mind into this beautiful place where love resides. And so the people around us who show us love, you know, the people who serve us at a restaurant or in a store, all of those people are just like us. I was people watching the other day, and I saw a person walk by, and I went, wow, that's quite an outfit, in my thought, you know. And then I went, do people look in the mirror before they go out? You know, I was just going on and on and on in my head. And then I went, stop, wait. That was an expression of God that just walked by. And she's fine. She's doing her. I'm doing me. And so then I started looking at all the people that were around me and walking by and all of that. I thought, wow, look at that expression of God. It changed everything into a more positive and more loving way of seeing the world. In the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes tells us this: ultimately, we shall see that the universe rests on the shoulder of love. I love that. Rests on the shoulder of love. That God is love, and that all of the errors of humankind are the result of ignorance of their own true nature. An evolved soul judges no one, judges no one, condemns no one, but realizes that all are on the road of experiences seeking the same goal, and that each must ultimately find their home in heaven. Now, what does he mean by that? Just what I've been talking about. To find our home in heaven is to allow ourselves to express our love, to notice what is loving around us, and to really tap into that. When you don't judge someone, when you don't condemn someone, when you don't complain about someone, you are finding your place in heaven. You are. Because if you do all of that, criticizing people and just being ugly, basically, that will allow you to just dive into the depths of hell. And I don't want you to go there, and I don't think you want to go there either. So living a spiritual life, which is what we're here to do, requires conscious understanding that spirit or love expresses itself as us. Recognizing the divinity within all people starts with recognizing our own divinity. So if you put your hand over your heart and just say, I recognize the divinity within me. Just say that. The divinity within me. Yes, yes. When you do that a little bit every day, you'll begin to see the divinity in other people, even those people who drive you crazy. Even those people whose face you can't stand to look at when it comes on the television. I mean, it really works. So what we're doing is creating an energy or a high vibration of love, and recognizing our own divinity allows us to recognize the divinity of all people. All people. I'm almost laughing because I have someone in my mind's eye that I have not really been very good about looking at them as a divine being. It's time for me to take care of that. As Neil says, we stand up here and talk about ourselves so you guys can hear us. So, oh my goodness. So when we consciously direct the energy of love, we transform ourselves, all the people around us. We transform our spiritual community, the community of the organizations we belong to. We transform life by up-leveling that energy, that vibration of love. And we need to allow ourselves to listen to our intuition to do that. Our intuition is the voice of God right here. We are divine. We've just said that. I recognize the divine within me. That is our intuition, that divine guidance system that is propelling us forward to the perfect person for our soul's unfoldment. It doesn't feel like that somehow, sometimes. But when we know that we are guided by our intuition, when we know this is the right thing to do, and maybe we have people around us saying, what are you doing? You want to be a minister? It's really important for us to just step back and know that we are divine. We are being guided by that divine guidance, and it will always guide us perfectly to the right person, to the right experience. And then when we look back on our life, we might see those different people that we've been guided to, and they really helped to expand our perception of life, or they helped us expand our life altogether, or the experience that we were guided to helped us to understand what we're doing and what our purpose is, and this is great. Yeah. And then there's also the opposite. Sometimes our intuition will guide us toward an individual or a situation, and we look back on it after the whole thing is over. We look back on that, and we think, that really didn't work out so well. And the thing is that when that happens, we get to ask, what can I learn from that experience? What is it that I can learn? Maybe it's nothing more than to listen to and follow the guidance of our intuition. But maybe it's something deeper that wants to unfold for our soul's growth. Boy, I've had a few of those kinds of experiences. And when I ask myself, what can I learn from this? I really get it. That, oh, yeah, I could do this instead. That didn't work for me. Maybe something else will. But the thing is, you can also ask, what else did I learn? You can go deeper with it. What did I learn from this? And what else did I learn? And what else did I learn? And what else? So that we can really get to the root of what we need to shift in our lives in order to bring us forward into the life that we really want to have. Does that sound good to you? Yeah, it sounds pretty good to me. So we can love ourselves knowing that we have learned from those experiences, and we can love ourselves for forgiving those people and experiences that we really didn't need in our life, because we found in that a teachable moment. It's so important for us to always be open and teachable. Always important. Fully trusting our intuition is the most loving choice that we can make, seeing our own divinity and honoring every step along our path. It's demonstrating to others that their intuition can be trusted too. I hear so many stories from people in our congregation and outside in my other groups of friends that they tell me that they just didn't feel like they should go here and do this and talk to that person. And then they found out what happened, and they knew they shouldn't have been there. And they were so thankful that they listened. And I always tell them, that's your intuition. That's the voice of God guiding you. Always listen, always follow it. Now, one of the things that we talked about last week is that we were born not to fit in. Remember the Lady Gaga story I told? Yeah. We're here to stand out. Conformity and uniformity were designs of a method of social control. And it inherently, our unique identities defy these kinds of social systems. The more that we love ourselves just as we are, the more those systems of control are broken down. And even in the past recent history, gender roles have kind of shifted, with some dads staying home to be a stay-at-home dad while the wife goes out to work. And we all know that that wasn't the way it was in the 1950s, for heaven's sakes. So it's important for us to be authentic. What is it that we authentically want to be? How is it that we want to act? What love can we express from our authenticity in order to bring more love into the world? There's a question for us. Reverend Casey Taylor, who is the assistant minister at the Oklahoma City Center for Spiritual Living, said this: "The seeds of love that we plant today become the trees where generations of people can enjoy the fruits of love." I'm going to say that again. The seeds of love we plant today become the trees where generations of people can enjoy the fruits of love. I love this quote because we get to plant those seeds. And how can we do that? We can do that by extending compassion to ourselves, love and compassion to ourselves and to other people, and loving ourselves despite all of our flaws, despite everything that we may have done. And it allows us to love other people unconditionally. You see, we are all God lights. And the light that we shine is our unique, authentic light. And the love that comes through that light is the love that this world needs, I believe. You see, others become transformed by the love we give. I visited a woman in the hospital years ago. I think I was taking maybe foundation class or something like that. I was just dipping my toe in this philosophy. And this woman, I really enjoyed her company, and she was in the hospital. And when I went to see her, she was really depressed. And I had some things to tell her about what I had been learning in my class, and she was asking me questions, and I was asking questions of her, and we just had this wonderful give and take conversation. And she told me that she didn't think she was going to make it out of the hospital. And I told her, well, you know, I'm going to do a prayer for you, an affirmative prayer that I'm learning about at my church. And so if you will agree with me that the presence of the divine is right where you are, maybe it'll make a difference. And she said, okay, I'll do that. I'll just think on that. Well, I left the hospital and I went home and I wrote out that prayer, and I turned it in as part of my homework in that class. And about 3 months later, I saw her again out of the hospital doing great. She lived for probably another 10 years. So my love right then in that visitation transformed her. We all have that power. We all have it. And then they too can be an example of love that transforms other people. So this week, I want to encourage us all to find ways to love yourself beyond the idea of exercise and sleep and the right food and loving yourself and all of that. Beyond that, how can you love yourself unconditionally and really bring it into this moment without having to go over to the sports park and take a walk around that mile track, and without having to think about what you ate? You know, bring it together. Self-love can come from loving yourself no matter what you've done or who you think you are, if it's negative, because the presence of God is within you. So you can love yourself by putting your hand over your heart and just saying, I am divine love. Divine love is right here. And then look throughout your day, as you move through your day, look for ways that love appears. Gosh, there's so many ways that love appears. One of the things that my mom told me one time when we were driving in LA, she said, you know, I really love traffic lights. I said, traffic lights? And she said, yes, because for one thing, they're different colors. And in December, it's really pretty because they are red and green for December. And then I said, oh, okay. She said, but think of it. If there were no traffic lights, we'd all be racing through the intersection. There wouldn't be any control over all this traffic. Wow. This was a long time ago, before the traffic is like it is now. So I started to agree with her. I thought, someone loved us so much that they made traffic lights and stop signs so that we didn't get hurt. Yeah, so find love throughout your days. Someone loves you so much that they stocked the exact right thing on the grocery shelf so you could buy it. Edwin Gaines, I'm going over, I know, but Edwin Gaines told us in a seminar one time, she wanted to do something really special, and she and her friend went to the grocery store and they found dates with almonds stuffed inside. No, it was olives, excuse me, it was olives with almonds stuffed inside. And she said, we bought one of those. We didn't have a lot of money, but we bought one of those jars and took it with us on this picnic that we had in her living room because they couldn't afford to go anywhere. And she sat that jar down on their picnic blanket, and she remarked to her friend, someone loved us so much, they put almonds in the olives. It's so wonderful. Yeah, it's little things, you know. But there are people all over the world who are doing really nice things for people all over the world, and we are a part of that. So I guess the main thing I want to say here this morning is to be the love that you want to see in the world. Be the love that you want to see in the world. I have an affirmation for us this morning. I'll say it once all the way through, and then I'll say it and you can respond. It says, I have the courage to be who I am and love myself out loud. So I have the courage to be who I am and to love myself out loud. Indeed. Namaste. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Oh my goodness. Yeah, our practitioners are joining me in a prayer that they reminded me to do, even. So, love coming at me. So, I'm just going to invite us all to turn within to that deep place within us. In that deep place, we know that there is only one life, one God, one love, one power. And this divine life expresses itself throughout all of the universe, throughout each one of us. This divine life, this perfect love, expresses through us, through our actions, through our thoughts, through our beingness. I speak my word for each one of us here this day, knowing that we, as we give, we are giving love. We are giving the divine. As we give of our service, helping another person, being with others in support and love, whatever it is, we are guided to that perfect service, to that perfect place. I speak my word for each one of our members and friends. I know there are many who are traveling, and so we take a moment to just bless them in our hearts and send them our loving thoughts, knowing that they are safe and guided and directed to come back home safe and sound and filled with so much joy. And I also speak my word for those in our congregation who are healing from surgery, who are about to have a surgery, who are simply healing. And as I speak their names, I do so knowing that love is sent to them and raises their awareness of the love that is God. Neil Hayner, Fern Westrick, Shanna Haywood, Becky Price, John Serta, and anyone else who may not be feeling like they normally do. We simply know that the presence of love, the presence of God, is with all of our members and friends, including all of us here and online. I know that we are all blessed and healed and lifted up into that higher vibration of energy that brings us peace. I am so thankful to know that our center is one of love, compassion, acceptance, and peace. I'm so thankful to know that the words that I have spoken in this affirmative prayer are already being worked on by that creative process that we know as the law. And it is already done. And so we simply relax and release and let go and allow that perfect work to unfold. What a blessing to know that we can just let it go. And so I release these words into that divine law, knowing it is already done. It is already complete. And we let it be, as we say together, and so it is. Now we're going to sing The Face of God. And if you want to join me, you can. And there's Kleenex in the windowsill if you need it. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Turn to someone and sing to them if you like. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me.
My family.
You are the face of God.
Face of love.
You are the face of God.
Face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
My family.
You are the face of God. Now sing it to yourself. You are the face of God.
Face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
Part of me.
You are the face of God.
Face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Yes. You are each the face of God. I love that song too. Yes. Sometimes it's nice when you're singing it to think of someone you've had a conflict with and then sing that song to them just through you. They don't have to be there. Yeah. All right. Musica? No, we did that. Okay. Okay, it's time for joyful giving. This is another way to express our love out loud. And I want to remind you that if you're online or if you have your phone handy, you can give right here, right now. You can use our website, cslbeaumont.org, and scroll down a little bit, hit the give button, and it's taken care of. Or you can text using your phone to 951-420-6909. And if you are online or if you don't have the money to give today, we love you anyway. Your presence here is gift enough. And when the offering basket comes by, if you will simply bless that, knowing that we are all blessed by all of the gifts of the universe. So let's, as the ushers come forward, let's repeat our offering affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Thank you, God, for everything. 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 Thank you, God, for everything.
We here at the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont appreciate all of your gifts, the gifts that you give in money and in your time and in your talents. We really, really appreciate. We're so blessed at this center. Don't you agree? Yes, yes, yes. Now, before we do our closing song and benediction, Liz, I'm going to draw your attention to this thing that is stapled to the back of your bulletin for this morning. It says that we envision all people. And this is a call and response that Neil and I thought would be a very nice thing for us to do in this center through this month of September. And so all of the words that you see in bold are the words that I'm going to speak, and the rest of the words are for you. All right? Are you ready? Okay. We envision
All people, all beings, and all life as expressions of God.
we see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with their highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other.
A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action.
We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. We envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience. We envision a world where we envision a world where each and every person has enough food, a home, and a sense of belonging. We envision a world in which resources are valued and cared for and grown. We envision a worldwide culture We envision a world which has renewed its emphasis on beauty, nature, and love. And all of us together, we envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. Thank you for joining me in that. What we have just read is the Centers for Spiritual Living overall organization. That is their global vision statement. Pretty cool, huh?
So if we're going to do this all month, so we can save these rather than...
if you like, but I think we're going to have them put up on the screen so that our folks who are on Zoom and YouTube, so that you can join in with us. We will be doing that next week. All right. So we're going to stand and form a circle and hold hands, and if that's not your thing, you can feel free to sit and just enjoy. And we're going to sing our closing song, Love is My Decision.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. I think it. I speak it. I feel it. I am it. Love is in my mind. Love is in my heart. Love is in everything that happens in my life. And so it is. Yay, God. We did that.